The following is a special sports presentation of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Bengals Weekly. I'm Dan Horde. He is Dave Lapham. This week, it's off to Buffalo as the Bengals look for their first win of the 2019 season. And Bengals fans were largely encouraged by the performance in Week 1 in Seattle and then discouraged by what happened against the 49ers. It was the type of game where every single guy on that roster can look in the mirror and say, I need to do my job better.
Yeah, if you point fingers, you're pointing one at somebody, three are pointing back at you. So look in the mirror. Did I win my matchup more than I didn't win my matchup? I don't know if I can say that. There aren't many guys who can say that after that football game. In Seattle, they played complementary football. Each phase complemented the other. At home against San Francisco, uncomplimentary, non-complimentary, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't there supporting each other. I think in Seattle, they played at a very good level. San Francisco, hopefully, is the worst game of the year. I think probably it's somewhere in between. It's never as good as you think it is, never as bad as you think it is. It's always somewhere in between. And that's where the team will be for a good part of this season, I'm sure.
There were a few good moments, including our Bridgestone clutch performance. It was turned in by wide receiver John Ross. It is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, clutch performance in the world. Fires up the seam. It is caught by John Ross. He is breaking away from tackles, and John Ross is going to take it to the house. 66 yards as John Ross grabs his third touchdown pass in the first 2 weeks of the season, and just like that is up and over 100 receiving yards today. He's up to 112 as he used his speed to go 66 yards to the house. Time for our weekly visit with Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. After the San Francisco game, you had the entire team watch the tape together, which isn't the norm. Why did you like to do that?
We just wanted our guys to see how close we are. You know, we made a lot of mistakes that we had to make the previous week, and we just want great accountability across the board. Coaches, players, everybody be on the same page so we can rectify those mistakes and get ready for Buffalo.
I want to discuss a positive play, and it was kind of a nothing play in the game, but with about 90 seconds left, Tyler Boyd makes a catch, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, and struggles to get every inch he can possibly get when you were well behind at the time. Was that the type of play you're looking for in a game like that?
Yeah, we had guys competing like Tyler Boyd. And if you looked at the guys in the locker room at halftime, the guys on the sideline at the end of the game, there was no pointing fingers. It was guys taking accountability for what they can do better. And so that's something we got to build off of and keep moving. But it was good to see the fight in our players towards the end of that game.
How can you get more out of the running game?
Well, we gotta be more efficient on first down and get into second 6, second 5 instead of being in first and 15 and second 20, which it felt like we were in the first half. And then by the time we got the ball back in the third quarter, it's 31-10. So then it's not so easy to call the runs when you need bigger chunks. And so that just became the type of game it was, and that was unfortunate. But we need to get the run game back on track.
Let's talk about the Bills. It's a top 10 defense, and as I watch them play, it seems like they're strong on all 3 levels. Mm-hmm. Is that something that stands out about Buffalo's defense? Yeah,
they're in their 3rd year of the system under Sean McDermott, and he's been a great coach dating back to Carolina. Always had a lot of respect for his defense, and now the team that he's got, it's a disciplined team. They're tough. They've really invested a lot in the front 4 up front. They got good linebackers that they built through the draft and free agency, and then those back end guys, they got some talent back there as well. So it'll be a good test for our offense.
What's your respect level for Frank Gore?
A lot. He's been doing it for a long time at a very high level, no matter where he's been. And, he's still as physical as he's been since probably the first day he came in the league. And he's always been a guy I've respected a ton of in pass protection. He fits up on people and will bring the wood on some of his linebackers, so we got to be ready.
The 49ers used a lot of personnel groups on offense. They feature a fullback, which not every NFL team does. The Bills do that. Is Buffalo's approach on offense similar to what San Francisco tried to do last week?
I think Buffalo is willing to evolve from week to week. San Francisco is more of a 12-21 personnel team. That's the core of their foundation. Whereas Buffalo can be pretty flexible from week to week. They can be 11, they can be 12, 21. I've always had a lot of respect for Brian Daboll, the offense coordinator. He's been a coordinator at a lot of places. He's got a New England background. So he just does whatever it takes to win.
Josh Allen is in his second year at quarterback, 7th pick in the draft last year. What stands out when you watch him?
Big, strong guy. He can run. You know, we got to make sure when we get a hold of him, we wrap him up and bring him down. But when he is able to create some plays on the perimeter, you got to be able to match up your guys down the field because he's got a big arm and he likes to use it.
You've already said that Michael Jordan will not play this week due to the injury he suffered last week. Billy Price returns to the starting lineup. Have you decided whether you will keep him at guard or move him back to center?
Billy will play guard for us. You know, Trey's been doing a nice job at center, and we got full confidence in Billy at guard. So really looking forward to him jumping in that gap and being a starter for us.
You handled crowd noise extremely well in Week 1 in Seattle. Now you're playing the Bills in their home opener when they're off to a 2-0 start. Buffalo might be crazier than Seattle.
I believe that. This is my second home opener in Buffalo, so I've seen what a home opener looks like. It's very loud. Our guys got to be ready for the crowd noise. We did a good job handling it in Week 1, and I expect no different approach from our team in Week 3.
Best of luck this week.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, we'll put Zach on the Telestrator when Bengals Weekly returns. Bengals Weekly is brought to you in part by Fifth Third Bank, on the field, in the weight room, and in the community. Fifth Third Bank and the Bengals are driving to better. Learn more about the drive to better at Bengals.com/53. And by McDonald's, the greater Cincinnati area. McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Welcome back. Excited to do this portion of the show. Offensive savant right here, Zach Taylor. Going to learn some football. Excited about this. Show us a few plays in the game, Coach, that you thought were very pertinent.
Okay, so the first play we're going to show here was a big play to Tyler Boyd. It was the first play, the second possession of the game. And really the guy we're attacking is this nickel player right here, Quan Williams. And so what you're seeing is John Ross, we're utilizing his speed to be a decoy. So he's going to run right down the numbers, and he's going to occupy the corner and the safety in this case. And so we get TB. He's going to run a double move. Okay, so the nickel thinks that he's underneath the out route, and he's got a shot. John clears it out up top with the speed, and TB has a nice catch and run. And for a lineman, if you look from the back end, this is the longest we like them to protect. It's a gun, 5-step drop, 2 hitches for the quarterback. So you can see there, 1 hitch, 2 hitch, the ball's out. So it's a long time protecting. So what we did was we want to bang both edges with Joe Mixon and CJ Zuma right there to help create those mismatches up front. And he's got plenty of time, delivers a great ball. John does a good job clearing out the coverage, and TB with a nice catch and run.
Yeah, I'll tell you, those athletic defensive line with the 49ers, man, they were a snootful. That's a pretty good group up front.
It's a good group. And then we were backed up here. So this is the last possession of the first half. And we're backed up on the -3. So the objective is you want to at least get 2 first downs.
Right.
So you can try to create some better field position in case you have a tough time going the whole 97 yards there. But what we do here with this 12 personnel run, 12 personnel meaning we got 2 tight ends, 1 running back, and 2 receivers. We create a couple double teams here. So the front side double team is working to 57. The center and the guard are working to 54. The right tackle and the right guard are working to 56. And then the tight ends one-on-one backside on the defensive end. And really the free hitter in this case is the cornerback, which we're comfortable with a lot of corners in this league being able to run on them. Safety's going to make the tackle here. But it was really a good job executing. They get off the combo quick enough. 56 is trying to peel us off our blocks.
Yep.
Joe does a good job pressing the heels of the offensive line and making that cut right off of John Miller, and then he's one-on-one with the safety.
I love Big John. Bury him, take him in the end zone, crush him, hit him again, John, finish him. Yeah, like it, big boy.
Yeah, that's the type of mentality we see. So this was a good 1st and 10 run for us when we were backed up, got us into a 2nd one. We were able to convert with the throw to Tyler Boyd here soon after that. And then the last play here, we have the defense created a turnover for us. So this was an important part of the game. It was 14-7 early in the 2nd quarter. We created an interception right here on 2nd 20 because we moved him back on 1st down.
Right.
And this was an area we got to improve because we get the turnover right here by William Jackson. And really the play starts right here with Sean Williams getting underneath that flat route so Will knows he can fall off. He's got the deep over the top. He does a great job. Garoppolo doesn't see him, makes the nice catch, and then does a great job. We're trying to set up a wall to get back in the end zone. He does a good job getting what he can, and there we are on the 26-yard line. Came out of this possession with no points. We ended up moving backwards on offense and didn't make the field goal. So instead of being a 14-14 or 14-10 game, instead we came away with no points, and it all went for naught.
Big thing is, Coach, the front four. Carlos Dunlap gets some pressure, makes Garoppolo hard to throw, huh?
Yeah, they do a good job. If we get people in second 20, we expect that front to apply some pressure and make it a little bit easier for these DBs back here on the back end.
Rush 4, drop 7 in coverage. That dog will hunt. That'll
That's
work
the way
all
you
day,
want it
every day.
done. If they can make plays like that, we're in good shape.
Appreciate it. This segment this week's going to be a lot of fun. Good luck this week, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Bengals fans, it's the McDonald's Pounder Play of the Game, brought to you by the Quarter Pounder and Double Quarter Pounder with cheese. So tackle your toughest appetite and pound one today.
Dalton fakes to Mixon, throws a short pass. It is caught. Tyler Eifert, touchdown, Bengals.
That's a good answer, Dan. Right after the 49ers score, just like in Seattle, defense gives up a touchdown, offense comes right back and scores. That is complimentary football.
Show your Bengal spirit by joining the Houday Ladies, presented by Kleenex, Kotex, and Cottonelle. Members will receive exclusive club gear, access to special club events, and so much more. For more information, visit Bengals.com/ladies.
Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Lap, the Bengals have a new coaching staff this year, and that includes a new strength and conditioning staff, obviously a critical part of a football team.
Absolutely, and a lot of things have changed with strength and conditioning, but I think one thing that remains the same is in the off-season, you make your strength gains. During the season, you try to maintain. You don't try to kill yourself during the season to try to increase your lifts and the amounts that you're lifting. You try to maintain the level you got to in the off-season. And the other thing that's critical, when guys are rehabbing, strength and conditioning and the training staff have to be on the same page, because the rehabilitation involves both areas. So it's going to be interesting to see what impact they have this season.
And that is the subject of this week's Fifth Third Bank Drive to Better.
I believe in the fundamentals. I believe in the game of football, you win fundamentals. I believe the same thing in the weight room. And I believe in adjusting. Certain players need different things. Certain positions need different things. And so communication is at the forefront of what we're doing here. And then also being able to prepare our guys physically and mentally for what the rigors of a season are going to be like. I think that's very important. And as we get into the season, we want to have a strong football team when we're making a push in late December. Garrett Swanson and Todd Hunt are the two assistants that I was able to bring on board. They both played for me at Fresno State University. And so they're young, energetic, very knowledgeable, both bring different tools to the table, I would say. But they're guys that I trust and that know the training philosophy that I have and are going to help implement that here at the Bengals.
You know, we're obviously younger guys. We bring a ton of energy to the table. You know, we can relate to them because we all play football. I just think that we fit the culture perfectly, and we're just going to continue to build on that and continue to be a connected team.
Let's have a day. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Strength and conditioning has changed dramatically over the last 5 to 10 years, really. You know, a lot of that's technology. We use Catapult system. It's a tracking system that we use. It tells us a number of things: how fast guys are running, how much distance guys are running, velocity, change of direction. Garrett Swanson has kind of headed the sports science department and our strength staff and has done a really, really good job of that. And that's something that we will use to make sure that we have a fresh football team on Sundays.
Right now, we're tracking all of our players. So usually we'll stick them in each jersey. And then after practice is over, we'll bring them back in here, get on the laptop, we'll create practice from how we see it on the practice script. We're kind of keeping a watchful eye on all these guys to make sure that no one's being overexerted in any way, making sure that they're staying hydrated, also just maintaining their top speeds, making sure that they're running the way they should be. And then we'll communicate with Zach. We'll also communicate with our training staff as well, who after that will collectively kind of come together and say, hey, you know, what did you like? What didn't you like?
There's Todd Hunt does a tremendous job with our strength and conditioning staff, kind of heading up our nutrition department side of things.
You know, I'm weighing them in every week. We have a scale in the weight room that reports right to us. You know, I always relay the message to Joey, whether a guy is in the danger zone, which lost too much weight, or he's too overweight. And, you know, we usually formulate a plan for that guy specifically, and we put that plan in motion and get it done that way.
So making sure that their body composition is right and making sure that their body weight is right, that's something we track during training camp. Now we track it pre and post practice to make sure our guys are hydrated and that we don't have an issue the following day.
Feet apart! Man, you're big time today.
Oh, just for stretch. I know.
Look at this.
They
Where's the camera at? There it is. He's right there.
They must have ran out of guys to do.
Yeah, no. Big time. You know you're doing something right when you get the mic on.
It's been awesome. I'm really fortunate and blessed to be in this situation. I'm very excited every day when I come to work. I hope that the players that we work with feel that energy from myself and our staff. The things that we do, we want to keep them fresh, so we're going to be efficient in what we do, not only in the weight room, but on the practice field, and making sure that we do have a fresh football team when it comes Sunday.
This season, every time the Bengals complete a drive of 53 or more yards, Fifth Third Bank will donate $530 to student loan relief. Enter for the chance to win at 53.com/Bengals.
The Bengals and Cincinnati Children's have teamed up to end childhood obesity by making the next generation of youth the most active and healthy. Last week, the first Play 60 event of the season was held at Paul Brown Stadium with over 200 students from Holmes Middle School. Houday, Bengals players, and Bengals were on hand helping teach and demonstrate the importance of being active for 60 minutes each day.
My dad's a gym teacher, so I grew up in a house where you had to do something. So I think every kid could just get 60 minutes of something outside, something running around, having fun, playing tag, whatever it is, just stay active.
Things like this, they'll remember for life because I never had anything like this growing up. It's amazing to be able to do this for somebody else.
Now time for this week's Bengals trivia question. Last week against the 49ers, two Bengals topped 100 receiving yards, Tyler Boyd and John Ross. Once in Bengals history, 3 guys have done it.
And you found that. Good work, good research. October 7th, 1990, on the West Coast against the Rams on the road, 3 Bengals topped 100 yards receiving in the same game. Who are they?
We'll have the answer when Bengals Weekly returns.
Probably 2 things. Probably Snapchatting as well as car karaoke. I'd win gold in both of those for sure.
Being a food critic.
Eating Waffle House. Probably eating food the fastest. Seriously, like I go.
Photography. That's a good one. That's solid. I'll take that one. Yeah.
Video games. Oh my God. I'll probably be gold.
Video games, easily. Yeah.
Speed reading. Shooting pool. Taking naps.
Watching movies for sure.
Watching Netflix the longest.
Chilling with my family. I think I can do that the best. I think I just sit around the house, make jokes and laugh all day. If that'll be a sport, I definitely think I'll win gold in that.
Welcome back. Time to answer this week's Bengals trivia question. On October 7th, 1990, 3 Bengals topped 100 receiving yards in the same game. The only time that's ever happened in franchise history. Name them, Dave Lapham.
And Dan, they attacked every quadrant of the football field. Middle of the football field with Rodney Holman for 161 yards. Tim McGee over the top for 142. James Brooks out of the backfield for 109. The Rams didn't know what to do. They didn't know what was going on. And the blonde bombshell, Boomer Esiason, threw for 490. The lefty.
And that is a franchise record. Let's tell you where we're going to be for Bengals radio shows this week. On Wednesday night, Wishbone Tavern on Delhi Pike. That's the Bengals game plan show from 6 to 8 p.m. And then on Friday afternoon, we'll be at Buffalo Wings and Rings, Crestview Hills, Kentucky for the Bengals pep rally show from 3 to 6. Now time for the Tri-Health Sideline Report, and the Bengals know they will be without guard Michael Jordan this week.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan, he avoided tragedy. You know, his knee buckled, but it's a bone bruise. There's no structural damage there, so he's going to be sore, and he's going to be sore for a while. It'll be a pain tolerance issue. Won't be playing this week, though.
So this week, it's the 2-0 Bills against the 0-2 Bengals. Let's get to Lap's keys to the game.
Well, we're going to go back to the basics, just like the football team needs to go back to the fundamentals and the basics. First of all, red zone. The Bengals are now 1 touchdown and 6 red zone possessions. Dead last in the NFL at 16.6% conversion for touchdown. On the flip side of it, Buffalo Bills, 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. tied for best in the NFL. That -4 touchdown differential in the red zone, second worst in the league. You got to start scoring and keep people from scoring in the red zone. The next is the run game. Don't have to be an Einstein to figure this one out. The Bengals are averaging 29.5 yards a game on the ground, dead last in the league. They're allowing 165.5, 30th in the league. They're allowing 4.9 per carry, 30th in the league. They're only generating 1.8 a carry, dead last in the league. So that's got to change. Their rush differential on the average basis at 3.1, dead last in the NFL. Got to run the football better and got to stop the opponent from running the football. And then finally, big plays. And in this game, Dan, big plays really hurt them this past weekend. There's no doubt the 49ers, 18 plays of 10 yards or more. They ran 18 snaps where they went first down to first down, some of it even longer than that. And they were balanced. 10 were passes, 8 were runs. So they got gashed in multiple areas. 4 different receivers had a catch of 36 yards or better, 36, 38-yard touchdown, 39-yard touchdown, another 39-yard play. So 4 different guys. So they were attacking everywhere. Got to tighten up against the big play. And offensively, had a nice one, 47-yarder to Boyd. Got to get more of those.
That's going to do it for this week's show. For Lapp and our entire crew, I'm Dan Horde. We'll see you next week after the pigskin flies in Buffalo. Bengals Weekly was brought to you in part by McDonald's. The greater Cincinnati area McDonald's owner-operators are proud sponsors of the Cincinnati Bengals.